So welcome everyone to our Saturday EDU Swarm training and educational webinar. And as you can see on the screen showing here, we're actually saying we've now included news update because we have got some amazing news to share with you. So with that, this is Mandy Elliott over in Greece. I'm going to instantly call out my co-pilot here, as I like to call him, an amazing man who lives over in Texas, Mr. Rick Thompson. The floor is yours.
Well, thanks so much, Mandy, and welcome everybody to our call today. Officially, we're now into the month of September. Maybe just a few short hours, you may be through with day one, but we're glad you're here. Guys, the objective of what we're doing here, with our calls and with our opportunity calls we do on Tuesday night and all the tools you see, what we're doing here. The key is we're doing this for you. And what we're going to talk about today, a little bit with you is what we're doing with the Swarm Club, and of course that is what has been designed, by the affiliates for the affiliates. And I say by the affiliates, a lot of people, don't understand that Mandy, myself, Julie, some of our key leaders are just that. We're leaders in the company. We're not owners of the company, but we know what it takes to have a successful program for you. And, that's what the club is all about. We're going to be bringing you some exciting information and some updates here. We're going to let Mandy address that issue here in just a minute about where we're headed and what the future is. And, I just want to digress for just a minute or two and talk about how this all began. Back in March of this year, the owner of the company contacted me and said, hey, he called me Rickaroni. He said, I got an idea that, got something here that is pretty exciting. And, I don't know if you've got time to even look at it, but as a favor to me, please do. And let me know what you think. And I looked at what he had to offer to us, what Bobby had, and Dennis and the group, what they developed over what has now become EDU Swarm. And as we looked at it, I told Bobby, I said, boy, this concept is like nothing else out there, which is phenomenal. The only drawback that I see is the fact that you're basing it around the old fiat currency scenario, the old, dollar, euro, pound, whatever the case may be. And transacting, around the world is more and more difficult because of all the different rules and regulations and so forth. So if you could do cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out, and we could open this up to the world, we'd really have something. And that's exactly what we did. He and his team kicked it around and said, that makes sense. So I said, okay, with that, let's get that done, programmed, have everything ready, and then go to the next step. And of course, the next step was a blessing. It was two next steps, actually. And, one of them was getting in touch with Mandy Elliott, and showing and telling her what it was that Julie and I had found and what we're doing. The fact that we have known Bobby and the operational team with this company for many, many years, not just a passing internet acquaintance. And I think that's half of what's wrong with our business world today is the internet. As good as it can be, guys, it can be your worst enemy also, because you don't get that personal relationship. And that's what our business has always been based on is building a relationship. And my part today that I would just want to talk to you about from a training standpoint, is making contact. And I'm going to flip this over to Mandy. She's got some really good information for you. But let me tell you something. It's the most important thing you can do when you make that first call to someone, as anxious as you may be to talk about your business, as excited as it is and everything else. The one thing people really do appreciate knowing is, you taking the time to say, hey, Mandy, how you doing? Everything going okay? And, let her know that you care, or let him know that you care about them. You're not just calling them, as a prospect for a new business. Find out what's going on and what they're doing. And just trust me on this one, guys. If you ask questions and show interest to the people that you're talking to, it breaks down many barriers. They know first off that you're not just looking at them as a number, in a genealogy somewhere. You actually care about them. And I'll tell you what, if you do care about people, now is the time to take that one step farther. And when you do find out how they're doing, what they're doing. You're going to find out. They're going to ask you, how are you and what are you doing? And wouldn't it be nice, 90 days from now, if you could say, well, you know what? I'm glad you asked. And in fact, I was going to talk to you, about it and see where your head's at. But now that I know you could use a few extra bucks because you got college tuition coming up or the wedding coming up for the grandkids or just whatever it is, I can tell you, I came across a little program, that's unbelievable. One time out of pocket, blah, 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 get into a little touch on it. Don't tell them what it is. Don't say anything more than, hey, I've got a great little site that I can send to you. And all it is pure information. You can go through there and you can get as much or as little as you want. And if you decide it makes sense, there's a place for you to click and join. But I'm going to give you a call back, and follow up with you. If you get a little bit of time today, it's still early in the day. Let's talk. It's only 11 o'clock now. How about if we get together at 3 o'clock? And set the stage, get the information to them. And you know what? You don't have to go assemble the information. We've done that for you. Mandy and Daniel and Julie and the team have put together spreadsheets of lists and information. You see the continuity of our communication. These are all things that make sense, guys, for business to work. And you have a responsibility. If you're in this company and you believe in this company, your responsibility is to share what we're doing with other people. And if you're not doing that, you're doing a disservice to your friends because somebody cared enough about you to get you here. Many of you are seeing the benefits already of the financial considerations that can come your way, if you participate. But you know what? If you don't put on a glove and get in the game, you're going to be sitting in the grandstands watching all the action, and it's a lot more fun to play. So, Mandy, with that, now that we got everybody wanting to play, what do we play with?
Oh, thank you, Rick. Yeah, there's a couple of things that you said there that I really want to underline as well, because you mentioned how Bitcoin is our currency. We're not using fiat currency. That is key, because a lot of people out there saying, oh, I'm not interested in another Bitcoin opportunity, and they come up with all these negatives. We are not a Bitcoin opportunity. This is a long-term business opportunity where, as Rick said, Bitcoin is what we use. That's what we use to join and what we're paid with. But we are not a Bitcoin opportunity. There's no mining. There's no investments. This is the same as if you go and you say you purchased a shop or something like that. You pay in fiat money. Well, here you're buying your business using Bitcoin. So that's a key. And I'm going to talk to you about our Swarm Club website. I'm going to also underline first, we do have a massive news announcement that it's all in the right order. I want you to see, and Rick wants you to see the tools that we have here, and then we're going to make a big announcement that's going to so excite you, and it's going to rock your business. I mean, for those of you who are on the call, you're hearing this first, but we're also going to email this recording out to everyone, because what we have and what's on the way is, wow, it's just mind-blowingly beautiful. So here we have everyone who joins. We create them a Swarm Club website. And what is this? This is your information site. So like Rick said, reach out to people, have a conversation with them, because I get, and I'm sure everyone else does, loads of what are almost like spam messages a day, whether it comes in on Skype, into my LinkedIn, into my Facebook. People just literally dump a link. They don't have the courtesy to even say, hi, Mandy, how are you doing? They just stick this link in. And, I actually don't open them for two reasons, because some of these can be dangerous links. The ones that we know that you open it and it corrupts your computer, they steal your information. It could be a real business link, but if someone hasn't got the courtesy to say, even in a message, say to you, hey, Mandy, what are you doing at the moment? I know that you enjoy networking and working from home. And I respond, and then they say something, well, I'm working with something, would you like to look? Which, I always take a look, because it's good to know what other people are doing. And as Rick said, and it's having that conversation, because I can then say, well, I am 100% happy with what I'm doing, and it's we've got ABC. Would you like to view what I am doing? And that's what, have you got 5 minutes where I can have a quick conversation with you? Because messaging back and forth is, is pretty time consuming, and you can interpret written words in different ways. So I have a quick conversation with them. And this is the information site that we're using. And we put this together for the whole purpose that you do not have to spend all this time learning what to say, what to share, which video, where's this, where's that, how do you have people set up a Bitcoin wallet, where do they buy their Bitcoin from. Yes, we're here to assist if someone gets stuck, but you're not that little, repetitive robot. I mean, how boring would that be if every day you've got this little speech and you say it 100 times over? I mean, that's not what we're about here. We're about having a fun business, creating a lucrative income, and having the time to really add value to our lives. And that's why you're going to like the news later on as well. So on this site, we have a home page, and I'll just go through the links fairly quickly, but we have a video here, and that's where we've got the owner of the company, and we've got 3 leaders speaking out, and one of them is Ken over in Africa, and he's highly into compliance, and he talks about, the reasons why, particularly in Africa, where this is perhaps the only opportunity where you can be paid in Bitcoin that is 100% compliant. So that is a great video that I would say, even if you're already in the business, take a listen to it, because there's some key golden nuggets in there that you're going to pick up on. And it's a very simple front page. It offers like the success that we're offering here, the main attributes that we have. And then it's got 4 of the main sort of entrepreneurs in the world, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett, who actually, really applaud and back the businesses. They love network marketing businesses. They love direct sales businesses. So it's showing the sort of support that we have out there for this type of business model. And then we have the About EDU Swarm. And this is a great information page that talks about EDU Swarm. It's got the, it has the main key sentences. This is the 8-minute video that we also have on our EDU Swarm website. It's just that I've put a different thumbnail picture here. And this says Join Mandy. Everyone will have their username here. So I've pulled this up so that you can see it many times on this site. It'll have, you join and people will see your username. And it goes through talking about the e-education multi-billion-dollar industry. It talks again about what the products are here. And I'll just expand my screen so that it stays in the boxes. There we go. And most of this, we don't have too many images with wording on, because we have the translate at the top of the page. And the translate will translate all this into the languages, be it Japanese, we've got Chinese simplified, Romanian, French, Spanish. Because then people can see this translated. If it was an image with English wording on, then the wording on an image does not translate. So you've got the mission statement, and then you've got, what EDU Swarm is about, and it talks about the marketing toolbox, which is in the EDU Swarm, your main EDU Swarm site. And today we're actually focusing on our site built by the affiliates for the affiliates. Then we have a page on about the comp plan here, our rewards comp plan. And we have to be a little bit patient with my internet. We had a little bit of an earthquake yesterday, and my power is not totally up to speed. So when we get to the rewards comp plan, what we have on that is we've got a video at the top of the page. I'm still waiting for that this to refresh. So hopefully, can you hear me okay, Rick? I'll just ask you that in case I've cut out completely. Are you there, Rick?
Yeah, Mandy, you're good. I had it on mute.
Oh, great. Okay. It's just then that my internet's taking longer to cut through. So, yeah, what we have when we get onto that, I'll go to another page and then see if I can come back. So just waiting. Okay. So I have a little bit of, here we go. What is Bitcoin? So now I should be able to get back to the rewards comp plan page. Here we are. So we have on the rewards comp plan, it opens with a video here, which actually runs through the whole compensation plan. It just does it. It's for the affiliates. I know we have customers, but this is showing you what the affiliates get to view, and how we earn and how the whole matrix works. And then there's images, which some people just like a bit more of a slower video image here. These images are on the video, but you can actually see them bigger and bolder on your screen. So you've got that full thing there, and then at the bottom it has the this Bobby put this together. It's actually got a manual, sort of almost like on a flip chart with circles, how the matrix actually feeds. So that is how we earn. And again, being an affiliate site for the affiliates, this is geared towards our team build, not towards the customers. So because customers would not have this website. So then we have About Bitcoin. We've got About Bitcoin, where it explains in everyday terms. It shows the growth of how Bitcoin hit the $20,000 mark at the end of the year. It's had a little dip, which is good for us because it's highly affordable. Today, to join the business at the bronze level is about $75. I saw Bitcoin did go up a little bit overnight. So you've got information on, this is a 2-minute video, very simple to learn more about Bitcoin. It really is, if you don't know a lot about Bitcoin, then that's great information. So we've got a lot of people in the world. I think it's something like 95% of people in the world don't even know what Bitcoin is. So we've got some how to set up a Bitcoin wallet. And it's got some of the key wallets listed here, such as Coinbase, Wirex, CryptoPay, Zappo, BitPay. And if you have another wallet and you're in a specific country where that wallet really works for you, please let me know, because I'll add that on here. We're putting on like legitimate wallets that we know work, and we can mention which countries this is best for. Then we have how to buy Bitcoin. Which is quite important to show people how to buy their Bitcoin. And again, we're showing Paybiz, who accept credit cards, and they're very quick. You can actually register with them and purchase your Bitcoin in less than, well, they say 15 to 20 minutes from the moment you go to their website that your Bitcoin is on the way to your wallet. So they're very quick. It talks about Skrill, local Bitcoins, other places. I mean, it does mention at the top, your places like Coinbase and everywhere, you can purchase your Bitcoin from there. This is just a few others should you want to, really get your Bitcoin purchased quickly, because it can take a little while with some of our wallets to have the verification process click through. And most importantly, a question that people tend to ask first before they even ask how can they buy Bitcoin, how do you spend Bitcoin? I mean, you don't want to be earning something that you can't ever spend. So we've got a page dedicated to how in the US there's a BitPay Visa card. In Europe we have the Wirex card, but also how we can easily transfer our Bitcoins into fiat monies, move to our bank accounts and spend as regular money, and how online as well you can purchase using Bitcoin, using your QR code on your mobile phone and flash that, and you can pay with that. You can go into shops. I mean, here, Coinbase also have these cards where you can top up cards that you can go shopping. You can put money onto your Marks and Spencers, Costa Coffees and things like that. Mobile phone apps, you can purchase your Starbucks coffee, you can go shopping on PayPal, you can book your flight to outer space with Virgin Atlantic paying using Bitcoin. And it mentions Brisbane Airport, who's the first airport in the world where every single coffee shop, store, everywhere in Brisbane Airport accepts cryptocurrency. It's the first airport where there's not a single outlet there that does not take crypto. And even charities like Save the Children Fund, you can donate to Save the Children Fund using Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is globally recognized. It's just getting the word out there. Once you get to learn a bit more about Bitcoin, you'll suddenly see it is everywhere. You'll notice when you go to places, you'll see Bitcoin ATM machines and Bitcoin logos. It's just at the beginning, I suppose you go around eyes shut. It's when you may see a new car model and think, oh, that's a new car model. Then the next day you'll see that model of car nearly everywhere and think, well, why didn't I notice it before? And it's a bit like that with Bitcoin. So we have a page about the blockchain, because the blockchain, it is the technology behind Bitcoin, but it's so much more than that. I mean, soon, in the next 10 years, this is going to be at the forefront of all business areas, from everything from transferring documentations, lawyers are going to be using it. This is going to be a key factor. And there's 2 videos on here. One is a 2-minute video that is blockchain in a nutshell. There's a very good video down here. This is amazing. This guy here, he talks out about the blockchain and exactly what it's for. And I found that was some prime, interesting learning. It's not at all like highbrow and whoosh over your head information. It's everyday speak, everyday talk, and you'll find that really interesting. So it's worth going through this information website. And then we've got the step-by-step how to join EDU Swarm, because when people join, It says how to set up your Bitcoin wallet when they can go to the Bitcoin wallet page. It mentions the bronze and silver. We've got a calculator so they know approximately and this has got a drop down arrow in sort of the currency of their choice, approximately what it's going to cost them to get started, whether they come in at silver or gold. And then it goes through, click on the join now, and they select which membership, their bronze or their silver. And then it shows the registration form so they know what they're going to be filling in and explains how important the username is. And it goes through to, click it because you're paying with Bitcoin. There's no other format here used. Bitcoin is our currency. And it goes through, tick the boxes here. You tick one of them that says you're agreeing, you want to become an affiliate. Because everyone, when you join, you're a customer. You're purchasing the product and you're becoming a product of the product. If you wish to become an affiliate, you tick the box. And that is free. That's a free add-on. So then you can actually share and start earning. There's no extra charge here to become an affiliate. And you submit. And that is it. And we wait for the blockchain transaction to happen. Could be 20 minutes, could be a little bit longer. And that's when you've got your business off the ground. So that is what this site is about. And everyone has them. And it's linked. I mean, if I go click, I may be logged in at the moment to my EDU Swarm account, but if I click this now, it would take me across to my EDU Swarm site and the join now page. It would actually go to the page with this option on here. And that's what it would do to you. So it would say you have been introduced by whatever your username is, and people click here. So you've got this. You've got this amazing tool which does all the talking, all the explaining for you. So don't just go out there and spam and dump your link, like I was saying earlier, when people won't even click on it because they don't know what you're sending. Have that initial conversation. Listen as well as talk, because you've got 2 ears, 1 mouth. So they always say listen more than you talk, because that's when you're going to understand where the person that you're connecting with is coming from, where they want to get to, and you'll know how that you can help them. And then you can share the information here. So there's no talking, no explaining. This is why we've built this site, so that you've got this here ready to work for you. And you may notice at this top corner, there's a sign-in area. Now that's going to come live during the next few days. By Monday morning, USA time, you'll be able to log into your back office where you can log in now, but there's nothing there. And we're going to have some great information. So Rick, I'm going to sort of hand this back to you, because I've walked people through here what this website is about. And we're about to add something, and you're going to see something, guys. Go on this website by late Sunday, early Monday morning, that is going to really set fire to your business. And the man himself, I'm going to put you back to Rick Thompson. Over to you, Rick.
Oh, hey, Mandy, thank you very much. What a great presentation. And guys, as you just saw, what has happened here is we've tried to make this as simple as possible for you to get involved with your customer, with your prospects. And, duplication is what this is all about. And, it's very, very difficult, to, sit down and be able to pin a person down to a specific time where we can take 20 or 30 minutes and go through the presentation like we're doing here today. However, if you can just get on the phone for 2, 3, 4 minutes and, kind of catch up, and once you find out there's some interest, pass on this information. Let the system work for you. Let the system answer, play the game of 20 questions so that you don't have to. That allows you time to get another 5, 6, 7 prospects in the hopper, but don't put more people into the system than you can rightfully take care of. You've heard the saying through the years, the money's in the follow-up, and that's exactly right. If you send me this package of information and say, hey, okay, let's confirm that we're going to talk Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Central Time, my mission at that point in time is at 1:59 p.m. Saturday afternoon, make your phone ring, or 2 or 3 minutes before, not 30 minutes after, or not calling back at all. Because if I don't show you that I'm excited about my business, you're not going to be involved in my business. It's that simple. If I could sit down and you can go through here and see that you can earn 0.02, 0.04, 0.1, 0.2, 0.4 Bitcoin based on which stage you complete, and you sit down and you do the math, we're all looking to try to do something to improve our family's future, but we want to mitigate our risk. And I've had people tell me that they're a little trigger shy when it comes to Bitcoin, because people have been taken advantage of. Well, it wasn't Bitcoin that took advantage of you. Let me say that one more time. It wasn't Bitcoin that took advantage of you. It was the people who were operating companies that were dealing with Bitcoin that took advantage of you. Those people are not here. They will not be here. The people who run this operation are totally and completely 100% honest and trustworthy. And it only costs you 0.01 Bitcoin to get off your duff and take a shot. And if you believe in yourself and you take this to the street to your friends and say, hey guys, we get a chance to participate in the blockchain revolution and we can accumulate Bitcoin with this little one-time out-of-pocket company that is so simple, it's just unbelievable. If I send you the information, will you take a look? Again, ask for the commitment. They say yes. You follow through with sending the information, but for gosh sake, follow back up at that appointed time and go through and find out if this makes sense. What did you like? How do we want to get started? Whichever path you're comfortable with from that standpoint. But you know what? Nobody's going to do it for you. If you don't move and get involved, then I'll tell you in all honesty, if you're not interested in participating and helping others, please don't join. That simple. We want people here who are like-minded, who know that the system is sound, who knows that the company is sound, who knows that Bitcoin really does work. And if you read and you can fog a mirror, you know that Bitcoin is headed north again. It's at $7,000 this morning. It's forecasted to be up around 15, 20,000 before the end of the year. So let's get started. As Mandy mentioned to you, this company is all about giving you value. We are going to be adding something of value for you, and that's what Mandy's talking about. Check back, watch your emails. We are putting up one of the best booking engines to help you. Again, as another benefit, just for joining EDU Swarm, we're providing with you one of the top tools in the industry to provide you savings no matter where you're at, to take advantage of your newfound income that you're going to have with EDU Swarm. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff going on. And again, guys, this is nothing that we're selling you. You don't have anything to buy. You cannot sell it and make a commission. This is just a gift to you, to further enhance your business and make it more worthwhile to be a member here at the Swarm. So, Mandy, I'm going to kick it back to you, close it out for us, and thanks for doing a great job as always. Back to you, kiddo.
Thank you. I'm just going to touch a little bit more on the back office, what's going on, because we have this new, as Rick said, the travel search engine. So you can begin to travel at the guaranteed lowest accommodation costs, and that is what's going to be added to this Swarm Club site, and it's no extra cost to your business. This is, we pick up the cost for this site. This is something we're adding on that's going to make it so easy for you to attract different people. And that means like we've got the EDU Swarm products, the amazing products, the e-learning, the e-education. We've got then the travel as well. So when you have these people talk to you and say, oh no, it's one of those Ponzi Bitcoin businesses, there's no product. Well, how many products do they want? You're talking now of $1 trillion business being added. You're talking about a multi-billion dollar product that we're already dealing with. So, how many more things do people need to see? If someone says something like that to you, then they've got blocked ears, closed eyes. It's literally, don't fight, don't argue with them. If they think they know best, just go on to the next, because it's not worth you spending all this time just battling with someone who probably won't listen anyway. So that's what we're going to have in the back office here. We've got this weekend, you're going to see some added value. There's going to be images, there's going to be banners, there'll be links to the recordings of some of our top calls, the top, say, 4 or 5 training webinars, different opportunity calls, because some people may, like prefer one of the calls rather than the one that's on the homepage. So you can think, well, I might set that there resonates with the person I'm talking with. I'll send them that one. And it's going to also have the link that gets you started with this new travel, which again, there's no extra cost to you. So with that, I'm going to say this is going to be emailed out to everyone. There's no excuses. We're in September now. This is like the gold season. Let's call it, this is the Bitcoin rock your wallet season, because if anyone's looking for an opportunity, it's now. It's countdown to Christmas. It's everyone's finished their summer vacations. The beaches are, it's back to school. They're no longer going to the beaches or sitting out really in the sun. It's countdown to winter in some of our zones in the southern hemisphere. Yes, it's countdown to that summer. But again, Christmas is on the way. People want to be able to pay for Christmas. So how about showing them this very low cost, less than $100 to join opportunity where people can earn over and over, and then, literally have Christmas on us, we could say. We can show them a way, if they're willing to put in some energy and effort, introduce a couple of people to this business concept and work with them and have them do the same. It's all about duplication. So I want to thank everyone for taking time out on Saturday, especially to Rick for being on this call. Always such a constant. He's a great person. I'm so pleased that I actually opened my ears to listen to Rick when he reached out to me, because I was one of those, not another Bitcoin thing. And I took a good look through. I saw the value that we have here. So I'm very grateful for Rick and Julie for reaching out and contacting me and being patient whilst I got through my stubbornness and decided to take a look. And there's nowhere else I'm ever going to be. This is my business home. So thank you again, everyone, and have a great weekend. And let's get building this. And if you don't do it now, don't have that shoulda, woulda, coulda feeling. And now is the time. Bye-bye.